Now the pace of evacuations have sped up. Scenes of heartache, danger and desperation grow on the edges of the Hamid Karzai airport. As the clock ticks by for thousands to escape the Taliban rule, the window of escape closes in 7 days. With a fear of uncertainty to what life will be after August 31st deadline, all the fear and desperation have caused a mayhem at the Kabul airport. People are being crushed to death. Gunshots are crackling in the air. Visa and passport documents are being seized by the Taliban, and streets patrolling has increased, along with the traffic around the airport. These are the latest satellite images of Kabul International Airport. These images from Planet Lab and Maxa Technologies shows chaos and massive traffic jams as evacuations pace up. Large crowds with thousands still surround the airport with the hope to flee the country. About 48,000 foreign nationals and Afghans have been airlifted from Kabul's airport since the Taliban swept into power 10 days ago. American troops have been trying to carry out an increasingly desperate evacuation effort within the deadline. The Taliban has also allowed foreign forces to carry out evacuation for just one more week. These are the visuals from the Kabul airport, where planes can be seen taking off and landing at the airport tarmac. Now, Qatari and Pakistan embassies are actively transporting hundreds of Afghans from the city to the airport. Buses have been arranged to ferry Afghan citizens and foreign nationals to the Kabul evacuation center. A Taliban escort aboard each bus joins the crowd to the Kabul airport. The driver passes through scenes of heartbreak as the evacuation buses drive past huge crowds desperate to join them. A number of buses filled with evacuees also leave for Pakistan border from the evacuation centers. Our reporter Anas Mallick reached the evacuation center last night to show us the process on ground and the situation in Kabul. Let's take a look.
I'm standing at the evacuation site where buses are leaving en masse for the Hamid Karzai International Airport. These evacuations are being carried out by the Qatari embassy and the Pakistani embassy as well. Only two embassies are functional, are carrying out functional evacuations, and these buses like these, people are being held up in them. People are being stationed in these buses and then made to leave to the airport so that they can be there at a secure site. In the past 24 hours, 16,000 people have been airlifted, 900 of them just being through Qatar, through these buses.
Around 200 Afghan refugees have gathered at the Pakistan border, waiting to follow the required procedures to be allowed to cross. Hundreds of them started their journey before the Taliban took over Kabul. Hundreds more reached the border site after August 14th. Some of them are Pakistani citizens who were stuck in Afghanistan through the hardships and bombing, waiting for their chance to return home. All of them now wait in despair to cross over and leave their past behind.
We emigrated from Afghanistan during bombing and hardships when Muslims were in trouble. Now, praise be to Allah, the situation is normal. So we are returning back to Afghanistan. We have made some arrangements at the border. Have mercy on us. We are Muslims. What shall we do? We are facing problems on both sides of the border. Have mercy on us and open the border for us.
There was fighting in the past. Thank God that the situation is normal now. You see that of our belongings, people are waiting. Women are standing there alone, waiting at the border. People are desperate. We appeal to the Pakistani government to open the border for us, as the situation is normal. People are wandering here and there. Girls, women are alone at the border. So we would be grateful if the border is opened for us.
These are the visuals from on board an American evacuation flight. Unlike the chaos outside, the passengers can be seen sitting in peace and silence, waiting to leave their homeland in a somber journey. The flight crew can be seen making the final checks before the takeoff. For now, the US military is in control of the Kabul airport, but the control will last till the end of this month. According to the White House, US has helped facilitate the evacuation of 48,000 people since 14th of August. Meanwhile, thousands continued to throng Kabul's airport. Some even brought their luggage to the area in wheelbarrows in hope of leaving. As per estimates, some 50,000 people have been evacuated in the past 10 days. Now thousands more wait for their turn to experience a new life. Those who have already labored through the red tape for their approvals to leave, those who have fought and risked their lives to support the US-led occupation, those who've lost loved ones and livelihoods, those who are rightful citizens or residents of lands abroad. With the feeling of abandonment akin to death lingering in their face, our reporter Anas Mallick visited the Kabul airport to show us the chaos, desperation and the ground situation from the epicenter of one of the biggest evacuation efforts.
I'm standing at the military side of the Kabul International Airport. Behind me is the line which is leading towards this aircraft. To my left is the aircraft which is there, and people in numbers, hundreds are leaving today. More than 18,600 people have been flown out in the past 24 hours with the help and efforts of different governments. They're boarding this flight in a specialized Qatari Amiri Air Force plane so that they can get to safety. The plane that I'm standing in is full of Afghan citizens, those who are trying to flee to safety. It has journalists, it has social activists, it has sportsmen, it has people from different sectors of society. All of them are visibly saddened, at the same time visibly relieved to be getting to safety. Anas Mallick in Kabul, Afghanistan for WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.